My Lords, thanks to the Noble Earl for giving us an opportunity to ask again that ministers really hear the concerns of farmers through our remarks here today. I found the speeches surprisingly moving, and it's because this topic matters. If I can just, by the way, fangirl Baroness Cumberledge to say that actually you really matter, your work really matters, and you've changed the face for women's liberation. It strikes me that government ministers seem genuinely to have been taken aback by the despair and fury of thousands of farmers reacting to the budget's inheritance tax policy. I thought when they saw the backlash that we'd find Rachel Reeves and team saying, "Oh, we didn't mean you, we were targeting, I don't know, big agriculture or those mega-rich landowners or Jeremy Clarkson types." But instead of backing down, ministers seem to double down, and worse, they defensively demonised hard-working farmers and carry on doing so. Those who graft 365 days a year with 5 a.m. starts in all weathers for often meagre rewards, that is, working people, albeit not public sector employees, so possibly unfamiliar in Westminster bubble circles. These farmers are now smeared as tax dodgers, avoiding paying their dues to society for public services. I sometimes wonder if ministers are getting their insider knowledge on farming from the Archers. There's been an interminable political messaging storyline on the virtues of rewilding that's driven me mad for a while. Yet, in a mere 30-second exchange recently on this topic, David Archer says there's a lot of anger about the new inheritance tax on farms, only for this to be battered away by Leonard, who says, yes, but we need those taxes to pay for things like the NHS. Scurrilous propaganda and actually misinformation. It's concerning when those influential in society seem oblivious to the material reality of working lives. Yesterday, one Labour MP went on BBC's Politics Lives and declared, "It's quite hard to find a poor farmer." She smirked. She needs to get out more. She could have even walked out of the Millbank studio and met the drivers of the magnificent 400-plus tractor parade going round Westminster, or she could watch Together's Alan Miller's insightful interviews with farmers from all over the country, vividly explaining their plight. As one explained, anyone who says farms with assets over $1 million is rich is someone who doesn't know a combine harvester costs over $500,000. One clear bit of confusion is on what family farms mean. Commentators talk as though they're some Downton Abbey-style hereditary dynasty. Instead, I present John Shaw, who farms Shaws at Crockdyke. His farm's history is telling and a challenge to stereotypes. His father was not a toolmaker, but his great-great-grandfather was a coal miner, his great-grandfather a railway worker, and his grandfather left school at 14 and worked as a farm labourer, was forced to, but he got the bug. So in 1929, when he married, he took a tenancy of a small farm. 3 more tenancies later, he bought the farm that John now owns, that his father worked on from leaving school, as did John, as did John's son. What should be an inspiring story of nearly 4 generations building up a family farm that supports 2 families and is at the heart of the local community. Now, after the farm has been valued, John says that after his death, inheritance tax will be $750,000, will be impossible to pay without selling most of the land, the remaining unviable as a farm. It's tragic, wanton, destructive. So I just want to issue a warning and a plea to the ministers. We're told in this House that we should look to Europe. Don't stop by looking at the EU when you look to Europe, but look at the European farmers who have brought down governments, taken over streets and been involved in a revolt. I want to see our farmers win. I'd rather you sat round the table with them before they took to the streets in a destructive way, but you have to resolve this.